We're now at Station 5, and you'll see on our poster that this is Simon of Cyrene helps Jesus. In our images, we have Jesus now without the cross, and this man in the green, who is Simon, who is carrying the cross for him. So Jesus is bent and struggling, but he doesn't have the cross on his shoulders right now. So Rebecca's going to read the passage for us.
This is actually one of my very favorite stories, and so we are in Luke 23, verse 26. As the soldiers led him away, they seized Simon from Cyrene, who was on his way in from the country. And he put the cross on him, and he made him carry it behind Jesus. Why do I love this story? Because it's like we talked about before with his mom. Somebody shows up and helps Jesus. Jesus is broken. Jesus, it's so unbelievably heavy. And I can imagine the Roman soldiers almost irritated that it is taking him this long to carry this cross. So they grab this guy that's just there because it's Passover, and they grab him from the crowd, and they say, come on now, you are going to help Jesus. This is the last thing this guy had on his mind. He wasn't thinking he was going to do this today. He was thinking he was coming from Cyrene, having Passover with his family, doing what he needed to do, and then out.
And he actually had his kids with him, I think, in the crowd with him. It's
did.
like watching a parade and then getting pulled out onto the float, right? You're like, I didn't sign up for this, right?
Right, yeah. Which is another reason why it's one of my favorites. So if you move to the story of Acts, so it talks about this young man becomes this great leader in the development of the Jesus way, the Christian way, and he is Simon from Cyrene's son. So here this kid is in the crowd with his dad, watches this gentleman, Jesus, with this heavy cross. His dad leaves him, and he sees what his dad does. And not only does this change Simon's life, it changes his child's life.
It changes everything. It's interesting to me because there are things that happen to us in life that at the time we realize later on that we were a part of history somehow, that something changed in that moment and we happened to be there at the right time. And there are many things, but I think at this station it's a good time for you to reflect on your own life and think about, oh my goodness, yes, I remember that happened, and after that everything was different. And often for us that can just be the government changed, or the city that I lived in changed, or my employer changed. But if you look close enough, sometimes it's your whole faith life that changed. That some moment in your life, a person that cared about you, or maybe a lesson that you had, maybe a sermon that you heard, maybe a retreat that you went on, and it changed everything for you. And all of a sudden, God became a reality in your life. I'm going to tell you about the things that we have on the table real quick here. We have 3 crosses here, just representing the fact that Jesus is on his way to the crucifixion, with Simon helping him with his cross. Again, we have the candle lit here, again, to represent, this is one of those moments in this journey where someone showed great compassion for Jesus. Again, it's not easy for us to do that. When somebody is a spectacle, we may feel for them, but we may not actually be able to show them compassion. In this case, Simon was pulled out of the crowd and did his best. It was the moment in which he was able to do it, and he rose to that occasion and did it.
I always say that God has a plan and a purpose, and when we have a conversation with somebody, or we share something about our faith, or we even just help somebody, we have no idea how that impacts their life. And so if we allow God to take control of our lives and allow that plan and that purpose to go out and to spread to other people, just imagine if everybody stopped and did something compassionate and kind and loving for somebody else, how that can really change somebody's outlook. It changed a young boy that turns out to be a leader of a church in a completely different country from that one moment.
The other thing that I love about this story is Cyrene is a foreign country. This man, as Rebecca said, had come for Passover, because that was what you did. You went to Jerusalem for Passover. And it's kind of like the story of the Good Samaritan, in terms of the fact that this person that other people would not have thought belonged now stepped up and did something really important. And it kind of, mimics the image that Jesus said all throughout his whole life, that people were important. No matter whether he had to cross over to the other side of the lake to meet people that were not normally the people that he worked with or lived with. But all of those people were important. And so in this case, this gentleman from another foreign country would have been looked upon as, just a foreigner. But he played a really important role in helping Jesus and being part of this journey that he took.
But we also play an important role. Our role is not to help carry Jesus' cross. Our role is to help tell others about Jesus and his cross. So we can just be like Simon of Cyrene, and we can help Jesus. We can help give Jesus' message to so many people out there. So who can you go out and help and show compassion to today?
Right. That's it.
Amen.
Won't you take